Hello everyone, I hope you all had a great day at work today. Today is day 19 of my 90-day Facebook Live challenge and day 25 of No Flour, No Sugar. So that has all been going great. This Facebook Live is also going to be supporting the Erickson Merkel Foundation. I have posted the link to head on over to their page so you can leave them a nice donation. Today, what I want to talk about with all of you is the 2 reasons why we are overweight in the first place. So a lot of people, believe it or not, get a little bit confused, and there are really only 2 reasons why we are overweight in the first place. The first reason is over hunger, and the second reason is over desire. So with all the processed food that we have and the sugar, that creates a desire for over hunger. When we eat those foods, it increases our insulin, which insulin prevents us from losing weight and helps store fat. And our leptin hormone gets thrown off also when we eat that stuff. So when insulin is high, leptin, which is a hormone caused from our fat saying you are full, stop eating, you don't need any more, actually gets blocked because insulin is so high. So for me, I do long periods of fasting. So I just did a 19-hour fast. Didn't even realize it. Most of the time I fast naturally after supper until noon about the next day. But because I have completely eliminated flour and sugar, like I have no desire to eat when I'm not hungry. My body goes into a takeout mode where it literally is using my own fat for fuel. It does not need food for fuel at this point. And so I'm not massively hungry. If you ever get those extreme hunger urges of, if I don't eat now, I am going to die, that is when your hormones are imbalanced. And so that is the over hunger that you are getting from eating the flour and the sugar. So flour and sugar imbalances your hormones. When you're eating multiple times, it increases your insulin, which blocks your leptin hormone from telling you when you're actually full. Okay? So that's over hunger. Then we have over desire. So every time we eat those processed foods, every time we eat sugar, we get this dopamine fix in our brains that tells us, I need to have that again. So that's when we try to do a diet, and I see that I'm blocked in back here, so that's quite interesting. But when we do a diet, that's why it is so hard to stick to a diet, because we still have that desire to eat those foods. And if we haven't dealt with the actual thoughts that are creating that desire, then it's just going to be this evil cycle of dieting, still having over desire, breaking that diet, gaining the weight back, and wanting to diet again, but still having that desire, still having those thoughts, and still eating and gaining the weight or not losing the weight, whatever the cycle may be. So the 2 causes, over hunger and over desire. Over hunger is the flour and sugar and the snacking. So flour and sugar throwing off your hormones, increasing the insulin, and the snacking constantly increases the insulin. So then you have that over hunger problem. You're really not hungry, but because of the hormone imbalance, your body's telling you you're hungry. Then the over desire, that's that dopamine hit that you get when you eat it. So the stuff that I work on is the reason of why you have that desire in the first place. Also, letting it happen, letting that desire happen, and not giving in to the urge and just allowing yourself to feel like you're gonna feel like ass. You're not going to want to do it, but having the willingness to want to quit and to break that cycle. And then also just staying committed to wanting to eliminate that desire, both the overhunger and the overdesire. So if you guys have any questions for me, if you have anything to say about this, if you have found this helpful, please comment below. I would love to hear what you guys have to say. Thanks, and have a good night.